with the evergreen numerals. They'll be moving from right to left. We are underway with the Hounds controlling the opening tip. They will have the first possession tonight. And Jim Chivers, why don't we go ahead and start to meet some starting lineup?
Yeah, and the white jerseys, as you mentioned, Kenny Jones leads the conference in assists right now. Cam Spencer also at guard position, #1 in the Patriot League in scoring, #3 in D1 assist to turnover ratio. Jalen Andrews, 16.5 points the last 56 games played. And the big guys in the middle, Milos Ilic and Golden Dike, 4th in the league in rebounds. Head coach by Tavares Hardy in his 4th season. Assistant coaches Ivo Simovic, Taj Finger, Corinne Tiny Adams, and Director of Basketball Operations Sydney Hines in her 1st season here at Loyola.
DK couldn't get it to go in the first possession. The other way down, Andre Screen gets it to go for the Bison for his first points of the game. Screen joined in the starting lineup by Elvin Edmonds, the 4th, the freshman guard, as well as Andrew Funk, the senior guard, Xander Rice, the junior guard, and Jake Vanderheiden, the junior forward. Andrews kicks it in, now kicks it back out. Loyola coached, of course, was mentioned by Tavares Hardy. It's Nathan Reed, who's the head coach for Bucknell. He's joined on that, Nathan Davis, that is, my apologies. He's joined, of course, by Paul Harrison, Joe Meehan, and Jonathan Brown on his staff. Alternating arrow gives it back to the Bison. Jim, Loyola a little bit of a slow start offensively to this one.
Kenny Jones at the top of the key with a rare error ball. Had a defender on, a hand in the face, but you talked about Nate Davis, head coach since 2015 over Bucknell, looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. And Bucknell, for years, Bucknell was a program to beat, and they struggled a little bit in non-conference play. However, you look at this team top to bottom, they've experienced some success in the past. I think they're better than their record.
It's interesting. You and I were talking about that coming into tonight. Why aren't they better than their record shows? We're going to find out if they might be. Vanderheiden tries the 3. It won't go. Illich collects the rebound. You point out, Jim, Loyola just 4 and 19 all time against Bucknell.
Yeah, and I think I experienced one of those losses in there way back in the day.
Jalen Andrews tries the triple. It's off the mark. Ball's going to bounce out. Stay down this way with the Hounds.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. We saw versus Holy Cross. They got some post touches early. Get Golden Dike the ball down low. He's such an excellent passer. The Greyhounds settling for some perimeter shots I'm good with, but not early in the game.
Illich going to hand it off. Spencer. Now back to Kenny Jones. Back inside to Illich. Illich, 2 defenders on him. Oh, we had Dike cutting. Couldn't get the pass there. That is the 7-foot frame of Andre Screen causing problems. I feel as though at some point we're going to have to work in a few Andre Screen puns in a basketball game. Kenny Jones takes it away. Jalen Andrews cutting. Uno!
Good things happen in transition when you get Jalen Andrews the basketball, and watch the athleticism here in the finish. Absorbs the contact. Good hustle here, too, by Illich. Getting on the floor. Find Kenny Jones getting out in the break, and here is the take in the middle. Jalen Andrews for a chance for an and 1.
How much do you love a big man being willing to lay it on the line, get on the floor as Andrews can't get the free throw to fall. 76.7% free throw shooter. You don't see that much. 2-2 game. Edmonds brings it up for the Bison. You mentioned, we were talking before the game, Jim, how will Loyola respond to getting such a big win the way that they did on the road at Boston University?
Yeah, successful teams, mature teams figure out how to string a bunch of wins together. So the Greyhounds have an opportunity today versus Bucknell.
Oh, Cam Spencer, the pull-up triple.
2 foot on the line there, but I like to get him going.
Call it a 2, make it 4-2 Hounds. Get to see the 2 top scorers in the Patriot League tonight, and Spencer and Funk. Spencer leading the league in scoring. Funk second. Oh, and that's the advantage of having a 7-footer on the floor.
Just lob it up and let him go do some work up at the top of the rim there, and the flush there by DK. DK's got to put a body on him.
Screen's got all 4 for the Bison so far. Spencer tries to get free. Doesn't pull the trigger. He'll reset. Now he goes right back to work, attacking the DK. Soft touch.
I love it. And that's when Spencer is at his best. He waits till the defense commits. Good drop pass to the big fella. Nice finish, too. Kept it high off the backboard. Good finish.
Loyola with their first lead of the game at 6-4. Edmonds back to running the offense for the Bison. Edmonds, the freshman guard from Hopewell, Virginia, starting his 6th consecutive game tonight. entered the lineup against LaSalle and hasn't seeded it. That is an incredible attack from Xander Rice.
Yeah, I think you talked about it, Glenn, right at the top there is communication in the zone. Loyola just fell asleep. You need to communicate, talk in the zone, let them know where the open areas are. Wide open layup there for Bucknell.
A player to watch, Xander Rice, averaging 12 points per game. He scored 14 on a loss to Navy on Friday. Spencer with Rice all over him, trying to get that screen from DK. Pulls up, long two, yes!
And Spencer waited until he got the right screen there by DK. He created a little space using the escape dribble off the ball screen. Nice pull up by Spencer.
Gives the Hounds the 8-6 advantage. Bucknell, Edmonds working it out. They haven't been able to get Funk going at all inside the screen. And I guess we should point out that's because Loyola knew that they needed to pay attention to Funk significantly tonight.
Yeah, Funk really got it going in Navy in the first half. However, second half didn't get anything going.
DK going at screen. Oh, that is tough.
That's like a George Mikan up and under right there, Glenn.
He was losing his footing. Just found the glass for the two. It's 10-6. The other end, the quick shot won't go for Vanderheiden. And Loyola with a chance to extend the lead out a bit here. 10-6, lob in. Wow, the arc on that lob from DK, and Illich finishes.
It's impressive the way DK puts the ball right for his teammates. Nice high-low, big man to big man pass. DK is one of the best passers I've seen for a big man in this league. Notice there was no backside help. A nice finish, too, by Illich.
12-6, largest lead for the Hounds. The three won't go for Edmonds. Spencer comes away with it. He wants to push. Loyola feeling it right now. 5.5 minutes into this game.
A couple possessions for the Greyhounds. Defensive possessions, one and done, and getting them rebounds and pushing the ball out.
Kenny Jones looking like he's going to attack. He's one of the best passers in the league. He decides to take it himself this time. Won't get the shot to fall. Vanderheiden flips it ahead. Pushing all the way to the rim. No second chance. Xander Rice has it blocked away. Hounds get it back.
6-0 scoring run, Glenn, for the Greyhounds the last 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Opened up a 12-6 advantage. Seem to be responding nicely. No hangover effect from the big win on Friday. Off to a solid start. Spencer has got the screen from DK, gets around it, pulls up from the free throw line, off the mark. DK keeps it alive.
Activity by the big man has just been impressive the past month or so. Good job to keep it alive and keep it going for the Greyhounds.
Andrews puts it on the floor all the way to the rim.
Oh, what the hesitation, too, at the top of the key. Hesitated there for a quick second, got his defender in the heels and right to the rim there, Jalen Andrews.
The senior balloons the lead out to 8. Andrews has 4 so far for the Hounds. It's 14-6.
And you see the zone. It's not your typical zone. A very different kind of zone for the Greyhounds, almost like a 1-3-1 to a 3-2. Good movement by the guards. It involves a lot of bumping your teammates down.
Funk gets his first points of the night. Using the baseline, getting underneath and scoring to snap that 8-0 run for the Hounds.
Talked to this coaching staff for Loyola. The staff says that Funk is the most aggressive player that Loyola has seen this year and one of the top players in the league, and you saw right there in that take.
Spencer got caught right underneath the basket, gets it out to Illich, who had a great look, can't get it to fall, stays alive. Jones finds DK.
Yeah, Jones wanted that one right away. He had some space for a quick pull the trigger.
Illich, of course, capable of hitting the three. Spencer's baseline jumper won't go. Rebound plucked down by Edmonds. Illich shooting over 30% from beyond the arc this season. We know he can knock down a shot like that. Like to get him going after he struggled on Friday night against Boston University.
Yeah.
Foul trouble in that game. Scored just 2 points. Funk over to the corner. Rice wants to attack. Gets underneath the basket. Rice kicks it back out. Open. Edmonds. Big shot.
Very good guard for Bucknell. Freshman from Virginia. Good knockdown shooter when open. He proved it right there.
First points of the game for Edmonds. Cuts Loyola's lead to 14-11. So right after they went on that 8-point spurt, Bucknell's answered with 5 back. Andrews picks it up in the paint. Oh, it's a tough shot, hanging. Andrews has 6, it's 16-11. Rice over to the corner, Vanderheiden back to Rice. Now it'll be Edmonds running things from the top. Loyola did win the last time these teams got together. Of course, they didn't play at all last season, Jim, due to the strange COVID nature. Decided to play in those two divisions in the Patriot League, so they didn't play each other for the first time. Oh, what a...
Glenn, thank you for filling in for my partner Gary Lambrecht today, who's under the weather. We're sending good vibes his direction and hopefully a quick recovery, but you filled us in, what, with a couple hours before tip-off?
Yeah, you got the call, was happy to do it, and unlike when I have to fill in for you, the chair is at an appropriate level. Jalen Andrews leaves that three short. Illich grabs the rebound, draws the foul. 19-4 against Loyola all time. Hounds inbound out of the timeout, work it back to the corner, and Kenneth Jones steps out of bounds. He'll turn it over.
Josh Ado came off a hard screen, too. He's a little shook up over there in the corner, right in front of the Loyola bench.
You're right.
I think Illich hit him hard on the screen, trying to shake it off. But those are the scoring opportunities. You always want to be prepared for scoring opportunity plays, and Coach Hardy does an awesome job out-of-bounds plays as they got a couple looks. Kenny Jones over the turnover.
Inside, underneath, that shot short, but drawing the foul is the big Alex Timmerman.
Yeah, big fella.
6'9", 265 pounds, and that might be selling him short.
Yeah, from Illinois, Crystal Lake, Illinois. Big body, very good at scoring the ball on the block. Third in the league in field goal percentage, just because he catches the ball so deep in the paint.
And how do you like that? He's also an 82.8% free throw shooter. The big man getting the job done at the stripe.
Yeah, and when you have a player like Andrew Funk, when you need to get him the ball a lot, he sets solid screens, gets the guards moving off the screens, and gets the offense moving.
Timmerman gets them both. Cuts the lead to 16-13. Loyola's led by as many as 8 here in the first half. Up by just 3 right now. Spencer puts it on the floor, kicks it out, open, but not able to connect on that pass to Fowray. Hounds turn it over in transition, attacking, a little out of control, but drawing the foul was Ado.
And those are the turnovers that will just drive Coach Hardy crazy right there. Not even a look at the bucket. We'll catch a replay right here. Kenny Jones sprinting back in transition and, you know, looking like he got the ball. Just that last swing right there is where they caught him on the foul.
So Ado heads to the free throw line. He's an 88.9% free throw shooter on the season. As a team, Bucknell shooting 79.1% from the free throw line on the season, coming into tonight 10th in the country. So Loyola's not going to get a lot of help when they're at the free throw line. Ado gets them both. And Bucknell is called all the way back to make this a 1-point game as we just about hit the midway part of this first half. Fowray gives it off. Velko Illich into the game for the first time out of the last timeout. Jones inside. Illich draws the attention, kicks it back out. Open. Andrews goes down smooth.
Andrews is on his game tonight, but how about the pass there by Illich, finding the open man and gave a series of ball fakes, got the defense moving. Nice job by Andrews to find the open spot. Big time knockdown.
It's the first triple the Hounds have hit tonight to extend the lead to 19-15. Andrews with 9 already here in the first half. Edmonds looking to drive, has a path, and then Andrews just takes it away, lobs it ahead. Jones out in front. Jones with the finish.
Good job getting out in transition. Got your hands in deflection, close the passing lanes, and the Greyhounds just like that build a lead.
Kenneth Jones, his first points of the game. Jumper is short, but getting the rebound is Timmerman. And he draws the foul on the floor.
And you talk about the bigs, Glenn, and Fowry and Illich. That's something where you need to secure a board right there. And you got your stop. You created Funk to shoot a fadeaway. But the bigs need to secure a board there and get out in transition. As Illich is checking out, DK checking back in.
Certainly they have the depth up front. They are very deep in the front court, this Loyola team, despite the fact that they lost first-round pick Santi Aldama. Still brought back a ton. As far as big bodies, they can throw around. Andre Screen, the 7-footer, back in for the Bison.
And how about the surprise Memphis is putting in the NBA right now? They put it on the Lakers last night.
They had them shook last night.
And did you see that block Morant had last
night? Did I ever? Ooh. It's a fun team to watch, that Memphis team. Alexander Rice Back up top, lobbed in, screen right around Fowry, but can't finish.
Yeah, and for big man Bucknell, when you're down low like that, you have a 7-footer, you should be able to finish that. And Andrews comes down hard.
Draws the foul. Neither team really in foul trouble as of right now. That'll just be the 4th team foul on Bucknell. Loyola with just 3. And we're already under 9 minutes to play in the first half.
And I like the way, Glenn, that Loyola's pushing the ball down court in transition, trying to beat Bucknell. Andrews getting to the free throw line, but they're pushing the ball quickly down the court.
Jalen Andrews, 76.7% free throw shooter. He actually missed his first tonight, but makes that. He's already in double figures now. Jalen Andrews averaging 16.5 points per game over his last 6 games. Gets both free throws, 11 now for the game. And just like that, Loyola's matched their largest lead. They're on top 23-15.
And I like the energy they're coming out and bringing here early here in the first half. We expect Loyola to come out with a little bit of energy and a little bit of bounce coming off a big win on the road versus BU.
Rice attacking, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Moda, is into the game for the first time tonight. And Moda inside the screen, working on DK, kicks it back out, knocked away briefly, the ball's loose. And that'll be a shot. Nick Marshall, you see, entering for the first time, the freshman guard from Clarksville by way of River Hill, averaging 3.1 points per game so far this season. And as we mentioned, Wade Jackson came into the game, the sophomore guard from Washington, D.C. Cam Spencer, fall away.
Wow.
That's pretty. That's so pretty.
The touch, the fade away right there by Spencer. And those are the plays you expect to see from your leader, Spencer. Very pretty.
So much fun to watch. Cam Spencer's got 6. Hounds on top, 25-15. Bucknell looking for an answer. Don't want to let the Hounds pull away too much here before the halftime intermission.
Ooh.
Oh, throw shooter. Bucknell trailing Loyola 25-17. Glenn Clark, Jim Chivers with you here in the Patriot League on ESPN. And that, whoever it was, that wasn't you, Jim Chivers, that let out that yelp, was it? It worked. The screen misses the freebie. Hounds still up by 8. Spencer lobs it in, trying to get it to Fowray. Fowray gets the foul on the floor.
Yeah, and I like that play right out of the timeout there. Trying to get Fowry a touchdown low, and you saw him fighting early for position as Bucknell get called for the reach, as 5 team fouls now for Bucknell.
Vanderheiden picks up his first. Screen came out after taking that shot to the face. Timmerman back in for the Bison. Jackson. DK at the top of the key. DK trying to lob it into Fowray. It's knocked away. It's good defense from Vanderheiden.
A little bit too much there by DK. Put a little bit of velocity down there for Fowry.
Just 2 on the shot clock. Jackson has to lob it up there. Misses, but DK with a big offensive rebound to buy another 20 for the Hounds.
And good timing on the offensive board there by DK. Probably got away with a little bit of push there, but that's all right.
See what you can get away with. DK can't finish. It's tipped out, kept alive again, and Marshall comes up with it.
Extra effort by the Greyhounds.
A 3rd chance now for Loyola on this possession. Spencer around the screen from DK. Spencer into the paint, goes up with it, off the glass for 2.
3rd time's a charm, and Spencer does it all. He saw the defense, was expecting the lob there to DK, and good job. He uses offhand to get right to the rim.
8 for Cam Spencer. Stop me if you heard this before, but he and Jalen Andrews have combined for 19 of the 27 points the Hounds have scored so far. They're on top.
And we talked about, Glenn, off the air, who's going to be the 3rd option here for the Greyhounds?
DK comes over, just missed that by maybe a second. Gives up the foul, and Vanderheiden will get the and 1 chance.
And Bucknell did an awesome job in spacing. They saw the zone. They created a little bit of an opportunity underneath the hoop and spaced it out offensively. Couple series of ball fakes, get the defensive moving, and that's going to give Vanderheiden a look there at the free throw line.
Vanderheiden, as we mentioned, actually he's also a really good free throw shooter, 92.3%. He's even better than Timmerman. Gets that, completes the 3-point play.
And Vanderheiden, type of player that moves very well without the ball, hid behind the zone a little bit there.
He's not just a good free throw shooter, he's a really good 3-point shooter too. He's over 40% on the season. 6'9", junior out of Raleigh, North Carolina, shooting 42.4%. That's actually 7th in the Patriot League this season. Jones hands it off. Illich back to the top and foul ray. Now Jackson. Jackson into the paint. Picks up his dribble. He's in trouble. Finds help from Kenny Jones. Jones didn't take the screen. Goes to his left instead. Lays it off. Foul ray. Can't get the shot to fall.
Good roll there, too, by foul ray. Just got to be able to finish that.
Everything else worked there. Xander Rice, that is a heck of an effort to get underneath.
Xander Rice, the son of head coach Kay Rice from Monmouth University in upstate New York. Legend from Binghamton. Played for Dean Smith in the 80s. King Rice, that is. And you can tell the son of a coach knows how to play.
3 off the mark for Marshall. So Bucknell again with a chance to get back within a possession here. Trailing 27-22.
Good bounce pass there.
And another and one here as Timmerman finishes.
Good find there by Rice, finding Timmerman down low. And these big guys, they get their work in early. Nice job hanging around by Timmerman, high off the backboard, absorbing the contact there by Illich. Timmerman, chance for an and one.
So Timmerman, who as we mentioned, very good free throw shooter, already made one tonight. Adds a 5th point to his evening. And it's a 2-point game, 27-25, with just over 5 minutes to play in the first half. Loyola, in a blink, sees a 10-point lead essentially evaporate. Spencer around the screen from foul ray, kicks it out. Jalen Andrews gets it inside to foul ray. Good find. Good job of collecting that ball as it bobbled a little bit, and he gets the 2 off the glass. Grabs the rebound off the missed 3. Kenneth Jones, Spencer, as Loyola will settle down a little bit. 29-25. Jalen Andrews pulls up from the free throw line and connects.
Jalen Andrews, just instant offense for the Greyhounds. Nice pull up, good lift there in the jump shot. He's trying to get on the floor right here. Who wants it?
Rice in a bit of trouble back here in the corner, but Spencer backed off. Allowed him to find some space. And Funk lets the defender Illich fly by, but misses the 3 anyway.
Yeah, good defensive rotations there by the Greyhounds.
Worth pointing out is that's lobbed in. Oh, great look. Milos Illich has 4.
And we've seen this all season from Milos. Anytime you get at a high-low pass there to Milos, he keeps the ball high. Nice finish as a big man to keep it high in the half, Glenn. You know, set the tone right away here. Pace and energy is important for the Greyhounds. You want to go down into the locker room with the momentum in your favor.
For the latest Patriot League news, follow the official league accounts on Twitter at Patriot League, at Patriot_GameDay, and at Patriot League TV. Edmonds kicks it out.
Good active hands here in the defense side for the Greyhounds.
Now he'll pull the trigger himself, and he heard us talking about it.
Yeah, and we talked about Elvin Edmonds earlier on, and good knockdown shooter when open, and he had the space there at the top.
He's a top 10 3-point shooter in the league. Gets a 2nd tonight. He's got 6 for the game, 33-28. Spencer, that was awkward. He still nearly managed to get it to go.
Yeah. Good touch there by Spencer, too. Just such a high basketball IQ, knows when to go.
Knocked away by Jones, picked up by Andrews as they were looking for screen the other way down in transition. Back over to Spencer, puts it on the floor, pulls up, long 2, leaves it short. Funk brings it up for the Bison. Andrew Funk, 2nd leading scorer in the Patriot League, was one of our storylines coming into the game. The top 2 scorers in the Patriot League, Spencer and Funk. Funk with just 2 points so far in the first half.
Oh, he'll get it going.
Rice gets a lot of pressure from Illich and gets it out. And that shot's left short by Vanderheiden.
Good fly and good contest there by Milo Illich.
Jalen Andrews right around the defender for 2.
Crossover 2. Andrews got a little bit of wiggle in his game. Nice hard take right to the rim.
That looked like he moved in 2 steps. Jim, it looked like he closed from the three-point line to the basket in all of about 2 steps.
Pretty crossover. Good ball handling to be able to get to the rim.
Vanderheiden again towards the glass. Nowhere close. Comes away to Jones. Jones pushes it ahead to Spencer. Spencer working underneath. Ran out of angle and has it knocked away by Screen.
Yeah, a 7-footer down there, big wingspan. Got his hand on Spencer's pass, but I like what Spencer's looking to do to find the big man.
Rice still with it, trying to get it inside the screen. Illich looking to get in front of him, couldn't knock it away. Rice pulls up, and that misses everything. In transition, Velko Illich loses it, but the foul is called. It'll go against Funk, and that'll be his second.
And I like the pace. The Greyhounds are getting out and running. Big guy sprinting down the court. Watch Illich right here going right at the rim. Got hit on the arm. 16 fouls for Bucknell.
I'm trying to think of a word. If your leading scorer was just 1 of 4 from the floor and just really wasn't getting it going, as Spencer leaves that shot short, but flying in, foul rate draws the foul. If he was just mired in a stretch where he was struggling, you might call it a
Are you asking me?
A funk. That's what you might.
There you go.
You might call it that.
That's a good one.
Worked on that for hours this afternoon.
Tell.
Jim
You're
Chivers.
excited to get that one
Thanks
out.
for the no-sell. Appreciate it. Foul rate of the line.
And we talked about foul rate leading in minutes off the bench. Has missed the first free throw, but his aggressiveness has just improved. We've seen the big fella. And it took him a while to get in game shape, right? And the pace of his game was a little bit too fast. We saw early in the non-conference play. He's been finishing in the paint, has been rebounding, and we saw offensive there. Can't hit a free throw, though, but
misses them both. So Loyola's in the bonus. The next Loyola foul would put Bucknell in the bonus, but there's just a minute to play in the first half. Vanderheiden. Bucknell, again, chance to chip away at this, get back within a possession or two. Briefly knocked away. Fowler trying to get it away from Screen. Andrews coming to help on the 7-footer. 5 on the shot clock. Great find, and Funk finishes.
We're here on the offensive side. Kenny Jones back in. Jalen Andrews, Spencer, Fowry, and Illich.
Hounds certainly not in any sort of rush to try to attack. Jones hands it off to Andrews. Andrews loses it. Fighting to try to get it back, but it's taken away. Ado into the front court, hands it off. Vanderheiden finishes.
Yeah, that's not what you want for the Greyhounds. Hardy quickly to stand up there.
So now Loyola can hold for the final shot of the half. The shot clock.
You know, you look at a team like Colgate who beat Syracuse at Syracuse. They're down at the bottom of the Patriot League right now.
Jalen Andrews to Illich. 12 seconds remaining. Spencer, Jones. Under 10 seconds. Now back to Spencer. Got someone open in the corners. Andrews. Spencer with that long pass, trying to get to him. Lets the defender fly by, but badly missed. Kenneth Jones out there with them, as well as Jalen Andrews, the aforementioned Cam Spencer, and Golden DK. Hounds attacking left to right on your internet dial here in the second half. Reitz Arena. Looking for a 3rd straight win and a 3-1 start in conference play. And Illich going right at Jake Vanderheiden scoring.
And Illich has the ability to hit that outside shot. That head fake got the defender on the heels and the ability to put the ball on the floor and go right at the rim. Nice move there by the freshman.
Mentioned a couple of wasted possessions out of timeouts in the first half. That one looked pretty good. Loyola extends the lead to 37-32. Xander Rice all the way into the paint, picks it up, kicks it back out. Edmonds, he's been hot from outside, but misses that.
It looked good from here. We had a straight line look at it, just a little bit too strong, but Edmonds, nice catch and shoot type player. Ability to hit the open shot when open.
Inside to DK. DK underneath, right off the glass for 2.
The up and under from DK. Got the 7-footer in the air, and good job using his right hand to finish there in the paint.
He went just a little bit too far on the drive, realized it, corrected. Nice course correction from Golden DK. He's got 6. 39-32. Loyola scores the first 4 of the second half. Bucknell looking for an answer. That's the man who's got answers.
There he is. There he is. We knew it was going to come. Nice job by his teammates. Finding Funk there in the corner. He's got 7 on the night.
He had struggled against Navy with just 8 points. It's a man that we've seen put up as many as 38 points in a game. He scored 32 in 2 games against Loyola 2 years ago. That's his first 3 of the night. 39-35. Kenneth Jones kicks it out open. 3 on the way, and true for the big man, Milos Ilic.
Corner pocket there by Ilic, but I love to penetrate and kick. You wait till the defense commits, and that's a wide open look there by Milos.
Ilic averaging 5.6 points per game. He's got 9 tonight. We talked about the need for a third option, as that's a good pull-up bucket from Rice. Rice has 6, 42-37. It was a storyline you and I discussed before the game and then during the first half. We know Spencer and Andrews are going to do their damage. Who's going to be your third option? Loyola with the big win against BU, despite the fact that Ilic wasn't really a third option on Friday night, reminding everyone he can be that third option for the Hounds tonight. DK attacks. Fouled. I think it was on screen. I think, yeah, indeed it was. The initial contact there.
I watch the replay right here, and the offense that Coach Hardy has run here in the system, the bigs get a touch at the top of the key often, and you see the big man with the power dribble.
Ilic gets it inside, working on Vanderheiden. Fall away jumper that's well short.
Should have took the first one. I think he had a nice little spin move that had an opportunity there to use a backboard.
You know a thing or two about a big man. Is there frustration maybe that comes when you realize you should have taken the shot, so you feel like you have to take a shot now? Rice misses the 3. Screen battling for the rebound.
And this 17 minutes left in this ball game is going to be one in the paint here, as DK, Screen are going at it here. And offensive boards we talked about there in the first half. The opportunities the Greyhounds had there just couldn't convert there with the 7 offensive boards.
Driving, Funk flips it up. Strong won't go. Kept alive by DK, working against the 7-footer. Manages to find Jones. It's knocked away by Rice. It'll stay with the Hounds.
Good job, though. The Hounds had numbers. The Hounds had numbers in transition.
Just got to get any part of your body that you can on the ball to slow that down. Possession stays with the Greyhounds. On top, 42-37. Kenny Jones, great moves inside. Oh, he was trying. You love the drive, and he wanted to give it to Veljko Ilic. I don't think Ilic was expecting the ball there. Taken away by Spencer. Spencer's got a path to the hoop and goes right to the glass for 2.
All started with Ilic getting a deflection and getting out in transition once again for the Greyhounds. Nice steal, converting. Turnover to 2 easy points.
Spencer into double figures for the night. We said that a time or two. How about every game this season? He has been in double figures. Andrews takes it away, picked up by Veljko Ilic. Nice pass and Clark in for Gary Lambrecht alongside Jim Chivers. Loyola looking for a 3rd straight win. It hasn't been perfect tonight, Jim Chivers, but it's been a pretty solid effort all around.
Yeah, I think defensively he turned up the pressure a little bit. Bucknell trying to get Bucknell out of sync offensively. You're getting deflections, stops, and runs.
Into the zone. Bucknell trying to shoot over it. Vanderheiden leaves it short. Screen can't get the putback to go. Ilic pulls down the rebound. Loyola trying to get the lead back up into double digits. Both Illiches on the floor at the moment. Veljko number 1, Milos number 11. Cam Spencer, that's a huge shot.
Bucket, such a smart player. Waiting for the ball screen to come up. He saw Rice was giving him a little bit of space and waiting for him to come off the curl. Nice pull up there by Spencer.
First triple of the night for Cam Spencer. He's got 13. The lead is 12.
So casual, too. He takes his time, uses a pass fake, sees what the defense is doing.
Rice inside, trying to go right at Wade Jackson. Wade Jackson holding his ground. Spencer thought he had Milos Ilic. Ilic finally finds it. And Funk comes crashing into our table here, courtside. Jalen Andrews not able to get that short runner to go, or I guess it's more of a layup attempt, really.
The referee is getting ready to give you the flop warning
right.
for Funk coming spiraling into you.
I mean, look, man, you got to do what you need to do for the team. Take the contact. Bison cut the lead back to 10. Vanderheiden now with 7 for the game.
pretty. Just moves so well without the basketball. Good curl around, a nice drop pass by the big fella.
And we see so much of what Cam Spencer's capable of doing here in the second half. Knocks one down from outside the last possession. This possession, moving without the ball. Great finish. He's got 15, 51-39.
And what can he not do? He's on the ball, off the ball, rebounds, uses ball screens effectively.
.com. Bucknell ball, trailing 51-39. Under 14 minutes to play in the second half. Man that needs to get going. Funk, he pulls up for two, gets it.
Yeah, pretty pull-up too. He saw Wade Jackson had a hard time getting off of the screen, and Funk, the veteran player that he is, nice pull-up there.
Snaps would have been a 9-2 Loyola run. Cuts the lead back to 10. Spencer gets inside, turns around. And chance at the rebound for Fowler, but he couldn't come up with it. Vanderheiden pulls it.
He's really good at changing position right there. And we saw he waited till the defense came flying by and turned around with the fadeaway. It looked good from here. Nice touch, good arc.
Inside, Timmerman blocked from behind by Fowler.
And that's aggressiveness that we talked about from Fowler. As Fowler, you need to erase points in the paint right there. Watch, really no backside help, and Fowler quick with the reaction. Good block.
Timmerman got behind him. He didn't give up on the play at all. Funk.
Wow.
So he's feeling it now.
Wow. That's tough.
Long three. He's got 12. Leads down to 7.
And just like that, Wade Jackson might be checking out as Jalen Andrews coming in. That's a quick 5 there by Funk.
Cam Spencer getting hounded by a Doe. Now switch to Edmonds. Skip pass.
Good ball.
Jackson draws the foul from Edmonds as he attacks the hoop.
Good swing passes there by the Greyhounds. Moving the ball side to side, getting the defense moving.
And that's the third on Elvin Edmonds, the fourth. Just the second team foul on the Bison here in the second half.
Wade Jackson taking a quick seat to assistant Ivo Simovic, and yeah, that's a good lesson here. You're guarding one of the best guards in the Patriot League, and Ivo Simovic, teachable moment.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, Fowler couldn't get the finish.
Good roll, too. Good roll for a big man. Kept the ball high.
So, just like that, a chance to make this a 2-possession game for Bucknell. Jumper won't fall for Funk, but it's out of bounds and stays right here. Funk. Business is picked up in the second half. He was struggling. Just 4 in the first half. Now Funk's got 12 for the game. Bison ball. Still trailing 51-44. Rice inside to Timmerman, and the foul.
And everyone had their eye on Funk, coming off a series of screens, and that's why DK got a little bit out of position. Is looking for Funk to come off the screen, and watch right here. Wide open Timmerman, good dive, going right to the rim, high off the backboard.
It's the third on Golden DK, with still 12:19 to play. Imagine he's going to have to head back to the sideline here in a second. Timmerman makes the free throw. Tried telling you, this is a very good free throw shooting team. One of the best in the country, top 10 in the country coming into tonight. And it's a 4-point game again at 51-47. Bucknell on an 8-0 run inside. Milos Ilic can't get it to go. And DK, that is a huge problem.
And who do you put back in? Fowler just needs a quick breather. So now they'll get the other Ilic coming in.
Golden DK, 4 personal fouls. He didn't get him out quick enough. And with 12:05 to play, it'll be interesting to see how long Tavares Hardy's going to go with him on the bench. Bucknell, chance to make this a 1-possession game. Well, this has happened in a hurry. Took only about 2 minutes for them to go on this 8-0 spurt. Rice out to Funk, long 3, won't roll down.
Good board.
Needed that from Velko Ilic.
Yeah, a good board there by Velko, putting a body on the 7-footer screen.
Velko at the top of the key. Hands it off to Spencer. Spencer knifes his way into the paint, kicks it back out to Jalen Andrews. He was on fire in the first half. Little out of control, but draws the foul.
And that's all right. I like the aggressiveness going at the trees in the paint by Jalen Andrews.
So Loyola, as has been the case all throughout the night, they pull away, but Bucknell's got answers, and it's just a 4-point game, 11:29 to play. You're watching the Patriot League on ESPN. Jalen Andrews headed to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Loyola on top 51-47. Glenn Clark, Jim Chivers with you from Reitz Arena. Andrews 2 for 3 at the stripe so far tonight. Make it 3 for 4.
Yeah, until that free throw, Loyola's been scoreless the last 2 minutes and 51 seconds. But when the offense gets stagnant, Jalen Andrews, we saw him going hard inside the paint with a vengeance, and that's what going to get them out of this funk right now.
Gets them both. He's got 17 for the game. Number that jumped out at us, Jim Chivers, the Bucknell bench has been far more productive tonight than Loyola bench has been.
And Loyola has done a decent job this season using their depth. Oh, wow. What a
Kenneth
play.
Jones with the finish.
What a play by Spencer with the save happened right in front of us behind the back to Kenny Jones.
He flew right into your face. Spectacular from Cam Spencer. Jones with the finish. Loyola's got 4 straight out of the timeout, but that ends with Timmerman getting that bucket.
Yeah, and that's why Timmerman's 3rd in the league in field goal percentage. Just bodies and punks everyone down low in the paint and gets it right next to the rim, and nice touch.
I got to give you credit. You didn't flinch at all when Cam Spencer was flying into your face.
I've been hit hard before in my life, so I'm used to it.
Jalen Andrews picking up where he left off in the first half. 19 now for Andrews. Funk with a big 3.
Funk's getting her going. He's got 15 on the night. Getting it all here in the second half.
All right. Strap in, 57-52. Still a long way to go as we hit the midway point of this second half. Loyola has simply not been able to pull away and put distance or maintain distance when they've gotten big leads tonight. Illich tries another 3. He hit one earlier this half. This one won't fall. Funk plucks down the rebound. Brings it into the front court. Chance again to make it a 1-possession game. Rice inside screen all by himself, dunks it home.
Yeah, there's no backside, no weak side help there. As Illich jumped out, tried to help there in the ball screen.
57-54. 1-possession game. Inside. Milos Illich is looking on. Got the feed from his brother. Had a great look at the hoop. Just didn't get it to fall.
Yeah, got pushed a little out of position there. You see Timmerman just leading on Illich.
Funk with a chance to tie it up. A little bit long on that 3. Spencer pulls down the rebound. Feels like they need to settle down right now. Jones to Velko Illich. Velko Illich, by the way, playing with 3 personals. We're talking about DK being on the bench with 4. Velko Illich has 3 himself. So serious front court foul trouble right now as Velko Illich sort of tosses it in the direction of the basket. I don't think that's the shot you're looking for on that possession.
No, you're going at a 7-footer. It's got probably about 20 pounds on you. Just trying to move the big guy. It's almost like you threw it up. I think set it back up, get it to your guards, get it to Spencer, get it to Jones, and run your offense.
Rice picks up his dribble, kicks it out. Funk keeps it alive. Timmerman, 5 on the shot clock. Rice will just toss it up, looking for a foul that wasn't going to come. Would have been a bailout. Andrews gets it ahead, taps it to Jones. Skip pass, Spencer's open. 3 up, 3 down.
Good swing pass there by Illich. Spencer just hanging around until the defense fell asleep and wide open in the corner. Big bucket there by the Greyhounds. Got a 6-point lead.
Spencer's got 18. 60-54. Rice trying to get inside to Timmerman. Timmerman for the cutting screen. Goes 1 for 2 at the stripe.
There, he heard you.
60-55.
He looked like Klay Thompson there in the first free throw.
It looked pretty good. The second one looked pretty good too, honestly. It's rattled out.
See the Greyhounds get back to executing their offense. Cut hard here. The Princeton backdoor cuts.
Spencer pulls up for a long 2.
And that's his game right there. Nice job. Uses the ball screen so well. Creates space. Nice pull up. Good lift.
It's the part of a game where you want your alpha to take over, and Cam Spencer does just that. He's got 20 now, lead all scorers. 62-55, Loyola on top.
All right, get back to using your active hands too. Get the hands up. Try to get a deflection here on the defensive side.
Funk, he's the alpha on the other side. Flips it up, gets 2 back.
Tough, tough. When you're going at Illich and Fowry, you got 6'9" and 6'10", and you're going at him and finish him in the paint like that. That is a tough move.
17 for Funk. Oh, what a find. And there was a foul, right?
I think they're going to call
Just
that
called
out of bounds.
Wow.
And the drop pass there. And watch the replay. Jalen Andrews just right in the pocket right there.
Oh, my word. Did you see the last Justin Herbert touchdown last night in the football game?
I did. It was a little late, though.
Yeah, it was. Shot won't go. That's what that pass reminded me of. Man's not there yet. Throw it to where he's going to be. Inside, Funk, no, but he does draw the foul.
How about the second half Funk has put on here? 17 points here in the game.
And 13 of those here in the second half. He had just 4 points in the first half. You know, the second half was their bugaboo, and the loss to Navy is they were tied at the half, 32-32, outscored 41-23 in the second half. They've been far better in the second half tonight. Funk makes the first of 2, and Ryan Wagner announces that Golden DK, with those 4 personal fouls, is back on the floor for the Greyhounds. Funk rolls in the second. Now 19 for the game.
Greyhounds just can't get away from the Funks. Brother Tommy Funk, Army guard.
That's right.
All Patriot League player. And now Funk here has 19 for Bucknell.
Cam Spencer inside, picks up his dribble, loses the ball. Funk got it free. It was picked up by Vanderheiden. Chance for Bucknell to make it a 1-point game or tie it up this trip down. Vanderheiden trying to hand it to Funk, take it away. Illich pushes it ahead. Spencer going right at Funk, off the glass for 2.
Pretty getting out in transition too. Nice deflection again by the Greyhounds, getting stops and pushing the ball down the court.
22 now for Cam Spencer. His 6th 20-point game of the season. Vanderheiden nowhere close. Timmerman also nowhere close. But taking it away was Rice, and Vanderheiden slams it home.
Browns had an opportunity there. Just, and we talked about these careless turnovers lead to big points there for Bucknell.
9 for Vanderheiden. 3-point game again. Everything's going through Spencer right now. Jumper won't fall. Vanderheiden gets the rebound. So again, Bucknell with a chance to make it a 1-point game or tie it up. Funk right at Illich, right around him, off the glass, he scores.
And that's the second possession in a row that they're going right at DK. And DK knows that he's in foul trouble, has to maybe pull back a little bit on the defensive side.
That's exactly what they should be doing right now, right? Very smart. DK playing with those 4 personal fouls, 1-point game. DK nearly traveled there. Ends up drawing the fouls. Rice just sort of held on to him there.
Yeah. Is that the hack of DK?
Maybe, but you're not in the free throw shooting yet. That's just the 15th foul on the Bison.
Yeah, watch the replay right here. DK doing a nice job holding his ground on the ball screen. And we've seen DK get himself in foul trouble rolling a little bit too early, and they call for the legal screen.
It's actually just the 4th team foul on the Bison. So Loyola still a ways away from the bonus. DK back out to Spencer. Spencer puts it on the floor. Kenny Jones, 8 on the shot clock. Illich, trying to find DK, throws it away.
Wow, and Bucknell Glenn has an opportunity here to take the lead.
Reminder that Loyola has led by as many as 12 points 9.5 minutes ago.
Last time Bucknell had the lead was 2-0.
64-63. New team in foul trouble team-wise. Loyola 5 second-half fouls. Bucknell with 4. Golden DK still on the floor with 4 personals, however. And you would imagine Bucknell's going to look to go right at him. Jalen Andrews knocks that down as Funk was trying to get it inside.
Yeah, the offense runs through Funk. Pin downs, ball screens, staggers. He does it all. No limitations in offense. He's got 21 on the night, and look for Bucknell to try to run the ball through him, and there he is.
Just 4 on the shot clock. Funk's going to have to hoist it up. Oh, great find inside Timmerman, but he leaves the shot short, and Spencer gets the rebound. Loyola fortunate because Timmerman was free. That was a good look.
And Andrews has been quiet here, Glenn. I'd like to see Andrews get something going here. You know, getting the ball in the paint, crossover, making a play.
Just 4 points in the second half after an explosive first half where he went for 15. 10 on the shot clock. DK hands it off to Andrews. Andrews steps back, puts it up. Back iron, no.
He got hit, too. Hit on the 3.
No call. So another chance for Bucknell right now. Surge in front. As Jim Chivers mentioned, it's been a long time since they've had the lead in this game. Opening minute of the contest. Edmonds. Team's taking a little bit longer on these possessions. Last couple trips down. Funk with a very long 3.
Wow.
It looked good.
And you're right. That was a deep 3 there by Funk.
Helms bring it back up. Scoreless for the last 2 minutes, 58 seconds. Spencer picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Andrews. Golden DK, 7 on the shot clock. Jones will try the 3. Goes down, smooth!
Big time bucket by Jones. Nice job by the Greyhounds, too, to find Jones, one of the best knockdown shooters on the arc that this team has.
But they lose Vanderheiden inside. Great find from Funk. And Bucknell cuts it back to a 2-point game. It's 67-65. Vanderheiden in double figures. He's got 11 for the game. Another big possession. In
league, you have toughness, server schools, you have speed, you have the half-court teams.
Out of the timeout, inside Andrews, tied up, loses it. Comes away to Funk, under 2 minutes to play, and again Bucknell with a chance. Tie it up or take the lead.
This is it.
And that's been tough tonight. Those plays out of timeouts, Jim, I know typically they go well for Loyola. Funk leaves the 3 short, flying in. Rice comes away with it, scramble situation.
Loose ball, yeah, 50-50 balls, you need to get on it.
Rice puts his head down, attacks, misses, and DK's fouled by Timmerman.
Yeah, they're going to call Timmerman on the push. And the big body Timmerman was leaning on DK to get him out of the paint. Watch a replay right here. Timmerman pushing DK on the back.
Yep, good call. Very good call, pushing him away.
So minute 37 left, Gary. Get back to running your good cohesive offense here, cutting hard. Cut with energy. When you cut, you may not get the pass, but it gets your teammates open and maybe get a better look here.
67-65, 1:37 remaining. Just for the record, possession arrow belongs to Bucknell. If Loyola were to be tied up, Kenneth Jones had that huge 3 2 trips ago. Cam Spencer on the floor. He drives. Keeps his dribble alive. Turnaround jumper. Big time shot.
Right over Funk, too. Funk had a hand in his face. The fade away in the paint in the middle. Nice touch there by Spencer.
24 for Cam Spencer. 69-65. Just over a minute to play. And Edmonds is fouled out on the perimeter. Loyola has, they got fouls to give.
Had a foul to give here, as that will be their 6th team foul. Kenny Jones trying to get in the reach. Quick deflection. Timmerman checking out now for Bucknell.
20 seconds to work with for Bucknell. They've got time. They don't need to press. But they'll take a quick shot. Funk misses it. Huge rebound for DK. Can't let Loyola run off 30 seconds right here and leave yourself in a two-possession game at best with 30 seconds to play. Right now, they're settling in to defend. Spencer doesn't take the shot. Yeah, running clock. That's what you should be doing. Jones drifts over. Inside foul right back to Jones. Jones attacks and badly misses. They don't waste all 30 seconds on that clock.
Gotta get back. Identify the shooters.
Rice spins around Spencer underneath, and the foul from bad to worse there.
Yeah, foul right. If you're going to foul him hard. The aggressiveness there at the rim. And watch the replay. Rice with an impressive move off the dribble, spin move on Spencer with the English and the spin.
Give Rice credit. That's a tough shot.
So now you talk about Bucknell, and only with 5 team fouls, is you just try to let it play out and trust your defense to get a play here.
Can you do that with 32.9 left? I don't think you can. I mean, you're talking best case scenario, get the ball back with 2 seconds, right?
And both teams with 1 timeout. Ooh.
And 1 is missed, and yes, Bucknell's going to quickly foul. That's the foul to give.
And that's a big miss there.
Huge miss
by Rice, who's typically a decent free throw shooter.
Not just a decent free throw shooter, one of the best in the country at 87.1%.
Wow. So now
came into tonight 56th in the country, 3rd in the Patriot League. So they commit the foul to give. Now again, they want to foul. Well, they're trying to tie up Jalen Andrews, but they commit the foul in the process. So it's smart with the possession there, of course, try to tie him up.
Jalen Andrews too got a little dangerous there in the corner, and if you want the pass to be entered there on the full court press, you want the ball in the corner. And Jalen Andrews now going to the free throw line. An opportunity for 1 and 1.
Ado commits the foul. And yeah, to Jim's point, Andrews has to make the front end here, or else Bucknell will get it back, presumably, should they get the rebound. Trailing by just 2. Jalen Andrews 4 for 5 at the stripe so far tonight. Misses the front end. Critical miss. Bison with a chance to tie it up or take the lead. Edmonds over to the corner. Funk doubled. Of course, you're not going to let him beat you right now, and Bucknell has to take the timeout.
Waiting for Funk to come off a series of screens right here.
I'm going to stay with him. Funk is hanging out down low with DK right now. They lob it inside, and that was a great idea, but just poorly executed, and Spencer comes away with it and gets fed game with 4.8 seconds to play.
And no timeouts for Bucknell. So on a miss here, Bucknell has to act quickly.
Spencer makes the first.
Cool and calm and big-time free throw. Spencer now, with 24 on the night.
This to make it a 2-possession game. 26 for Spencer. 4-point game. Loyola can back off. Rice will get off a 3 at the buzzer, and Loyola gets a